Hey guys, Darkness429 here with something a little different, something we don't normally do at the Battlefield podcast, and that is a trailer analysis. We normally don't do trailer analysis just because everyone likes to do them, but I thought it'd be something special for us to do, being that Endgame is going to be the last expansion for Battlefield 3. That's right, I said the last expansion because, well, it's been confirmed by several DICE members that Endgame is going to be the last one. It's not going to be a Dino mode, there's not going to be anything else but Endgame. I feel like that's why they gave it the title that they did. Is that is going to be the end of the life of Battlefield 3 in preparation for the beginning of Battlefield 4. So, enough of me talking. Let's jump into the trailer and let's take a look at what the new things that are coming to Endgame. So in Endgame, we know that we're going to get several new play modes, different game modes. And one of those game modes, well, is Capture the Flag. We all have an understanding of what Capture the Flag is. We've played it as kids, but we haven't really seen it in the Battlefield before, except for 1942. If you don't know what 1942 was, well, that was the one of the first games with the joint venture of EA and DICE working together. And we saw Capture the Flag then, but it really hasn't made its way back into the Battlefield, except for now. Battlefield 3 is going to have Capture the Flag, and a lot of people enjoy playing it. We've seen it in other big games like Call of Duty, Halo, and that's only to name two of the big titles that have Capture the Flag. So I feel like this is a good idea for DICE to kind of tap into that and pick up on a popular game mode. So right here we see that the Americans are stealing the Russian flag, and the Russians have some pretty sweet dirt bikes. Now, we haven't really seen dirt bikes before in the Battlefield. We've had quad bikes, we've had the ATV. We've never had a two-wheeled vehicle before. We've never had a motorcycle or a dirt bike. So this is something that's brand new. So let's continue and let's take a look and see what else we can find.
All units,
So right there, you just saw some missiles being fired out of a Humvee, and you're kind of thinking, well, wait. We usually only see a mounted machine gun, or we saw in Aftermath a grenade launcher on the front of a Humvee, but we've never seen missiles coming from a Humvee. And what that is an advanced short-range air defense system, or also known as ASRAD. So this is a surface-to-air missile system that's mounted on top of a Humvee. And so that will be able to give the player the ability to be quick and also destructive against air vehicles. It's kind of the same idea like we saw with the AA. The AA has that ability, but it's a lot larger. It's not as fast as a Humvee. So this is very interesting and also brand new to the Battlefield. And right here we can see inside the ASRAD with the camera. Now what's really cool, we just saw Roland Schmedberg, aka Rolly the Pulley, roll up on the back seat of a dirt bike. But as you saw, he was able to look 360 degrees. Now with the ATVs in Armored Kill, we only had 180 degrees looking from left all the way to right. But now it seems like you can shoot over your driver's shoulder, and at the same time you can flip around and take out the enemies behind you, which makes it a lot easier to kill your targets. If you're only able to shoot what's behind you, it's a lot harder than shooting what's in front of you, being able to lead the target and all those other things. Now, as we just saw right there, the ASRAD had a really cool animation for enabling its rocket system, or its missile system. It's really neat to see the DICE putting in the amount of detail into its weapon system. It's not just always sitting up on top of the Humvee. It actually is folded down, and when it's enabled, when it's ready to launch its rockets, it actually unfolds and stands up like that, and that's really cool. Now, what we just saw there was the Azrad actually taking out some dirt bikes. So what that leads me to believe is that you will have a set of weapons on the Azrad like we saw with the artillery system in an Armored Kill. You might have a ground-to-ground style rocket, maybe a tow, or maybe just some type of rocket, like maybe like a small rocket or something like that. And then also you can configure it to be a surface-to-air style vehicle to take out, like the Z11, like we just saw. So that's really cool. Actually, it hasn't been confirmed. We don't really know much about this weapon system, but what we just saw in the trailer is, pretty straightforward. That you actually have that type of customization now. Now, is it going to be able to? Can you switch back and forth? Can you hit number 1 and that's surface to air? Can you hit number 2 and that's ground to ground? We don't know yet. Now, it has been confirmed that the dirt bikes won't be toppling over. They will just stay straight up, so you don't have to worry about any type of balancing issue. Now, what we just saw there is that Roland shot the driver. Now, if the driver gets shot, does the bike start to wobble and flop over like you see in the movies, or is it just going to keep rolling straight forward? I hope that there's a little bit of detail in that. If you kill the driver, is you're going to have to make the passenger jump over real quick, or the bike's just going to flop over on itself and explode. I think that'd be really cool, and that kind of gives you, maybe it might give you a roadkill per, additional points. We can only just assume that those things could happen, but hopefully we'll see that level of detail in an Endgame. And there you have it. That is Capture the Flag for Battlefield 3. That looks intense. I don't know about you, but for me, Capture the Flag has always been a favorite of mine. I really enjoyed playing that in other games, and I'm really glad that they're bringing it back for Battlefield 3. That definitely just adds to the assortment of game modes that we can play. And there's a couple of game modes that I really don't like, but there's a lot of them that I really enjoy, and this is just another one that I'm really gonna like. Now, what we can see here at the end of this, always at the end of these trailers, we always see a list of what's to be expected in the expansion pack. So right here, we see that there's going to be new dog tags, which isn't a surprise. They say high-speed warfare, which what we just saw on the dirt bikes, that's pretty fast. That is definitely high-speed warfare, and that's really exciting to see. 4 vast maps. By vast, I really don't think they mean the size of, Armored Kill. It might be, vanilla style Battlefield 3 maps. The same size, possibly. It definitely won't be close quarters. Maybe a little bit bigger than what we saw in Aftermath, but definitely not what we saw in Armored Kill. There's a thing called a dropship. I haven't heard much about the dropship yet, but whatever this dropship is, it seems like it's definitely gonna. It's not gonna be the AC-130. I don't think we have to worry about the same thing that we saw in Armored Kill with the AC-130. But this new dropship sounds very exciting. We have the new dirt bike. We have Capture the Flag. We have air superiority mode, and we also have new assignments. Sadly, it doesn't look like we're going to get any new weapons in Endgame. And that kind of sucks because we did see in the last trailer for Aftermath is that we were going to get new weapons at some point. And then DICE kind of rolled it back a little bit and said, no, you're just going to get the Expo. Sadly, we're not going to see any new weapons in Endgame. But I still think with the amount of stuff that we're getting in Endgame, it kind of does balance the fact that we're not getting weapons. Is it because DICE feels like there's already a vast amount of weapons already in the game that aren't being utilized? We all enjoy playing with new things, but maybe they think that with the stuff that we're getting in Endgame, we'll kind of balance it out a little bit. And then also we have new assignments. But this isn't the end of the trailer. Let's just give it a second. We're gonna see this. This, my friends, is what's known as air superiority. Now, it's not going to be like what we saw with tank superiority either. There's a couple things that are kind of the same idea, but it's not going to be where each side gets maybe 5 pieces of armor, and then everyone else is left to run behind them. This is going to be high altitude dogfighting. Everyone is going to have their own jet. Will it be 8v8? Will it be 16 versus 16? Will it be 32 versus 32? We don't know. That hasn't been confirmed yet. But we do know that it's not going to be 2 jets per side and everyone else is going to be on the ground with stingers. That we can definitely confirm, being that just looking at this trailer, that there's a lot of jets flying around. So no fear, my friends. Everyone's gonna have their time in the sky. Now, what we see here is a mobile capture point. We have what seems to be a blimp. This blimp that we're not really sure if it's a stationary blimp or if it's mobile, but there is going to be capture points in the sky. We haven't seen this before in Battlefield. DICE is really, just pulling all the stops out and just going full gear, just doing all these new things we haven't seen before. And an air capture point is something that's really cool to see in the Battlefield. And that is it. That is it for this trailer analysis from the Battlefield podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed me being in front of the green screen. I definitely love playing with this thing. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the Battlefield podcast yet, hit the subscribe button. We're almost to 1,000 subs, and we're just going. It's amazing how quickly this thing has picked up with our YouTube channel. So if you enjoyed the video, if you have any comments, positive, please leave them down below. If there's anything that we can change with this style of video, we haven't really done this before with kind of putting ourselves in the video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'd love to do more of these. So until next time, this is Tim, AKA Darkness429, signing off.